30th on our list we have Tiny Arena. Now I really do love the redesign of this track. I love all the graffiti everywhere. I actually think this is probably one of the best redesigns actually in the entire game actually. They made a really dull looking track actually look really cool. And I respect it for that. And to be honest, I really do enjoy playing this track. However, unfortunately this track can be quite grueling. And I would only really recommend playing 3 laps on this track. Any more than 3 laps and it just goes on for quite a while. It is a very cool track though, and I do enjoy it. Now this is the only music there. I like the stadium music. It really fits this track well. Yeah, I haven't really got much more to say. It's the longest track in the game, or one of them. It's very hard to master. There's a lot of U-turning you have to do to nail this track down, and even then it's hard to take all the corners quite tight. Anyway, on to the next track. Here we have the first track in the entire game, Crash Cove. Now I love the simplicity of this track. It's the first track in the game and it does its job really well. But at the end of the day, as I just said, it is very simple. I do enjoy this a lot more than Inferno Island because I like I just like the beach. This does feel like somewhere Crash would just relax all day, like this lying around doing absolutely nothing. It does have that Crash feel. The time trial, a lot of people say is really hard, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think William P is actually that difficult on this track. I think people just get really panicky. I think there's a few other harder tracks in the game. Saying that, I'm probably gonna lose flame just about now. Anyway, on to the next level. And here we have Coco Park. Now, I actually felt in the original game this track was actually one of the ugliest tracks in the entire game. But I have to say, Beanox have done an incredible job recreating this track. Maybe my only nitpick is the Coco statues. I feel like they're maybe a bit overdoing it. Like, maybe they could have just not had those, but it's still a really good looking track. Anyway, I put it this low because the shortcut can kind of be a little bit unfair. Like whoever's in first can just dump items and then they pretty much won. It's very hard to catch up to them, and it's quite short. It's a really satisfying shortcut to pull off though, but yeah. Anyway, on to the next track. Alright, now here we have the absolute classic Dragon Mines. This track always tears people up. Wow. Now honestly for me this track is so fun on time trial. It's so fun learning to master the track. I haven't done this track in quite a while, but even then I actually lost a little bit of speed, but I actually did get past that, so that's quite cool. It's a very hard track. It's one of the hardest tracks to learn, but it is satisfying when you do. Now, the reason why I can't have it any higher is I think the end part of this track is a little bit anticlimactic. It's a little bit boring, and well, the shortcut on the right here can get clogged up with items and can be extremely unfair. So yeah, that's why it's just low. Anyway, on to the next track. Here we have Blizzard Bluff. Did you know Blizzard Bluff is actually the shortest track in the game? Yes it is. If you nail all the shortcuts, it is the shortest. Even shorter than Jungle Boogie. Now I do really like Blizzard Bluff. I think it's a quite good ice level, but unfortunately if you get hit at the beginning, like you're never catching up to first place, because it's very easy to just block all the shortcuts with items and just clog everything up. So yeah, if you're in the lead, you're hardly ever going to get caught up. It's a very fun track to speed to time trial though. Anyway, on to the next track. Assembly Lane. Now this is a really cool track. It's like a mixture of Engine Labs and Tiny Arena, and it is really cool for that. I do like this track quite a lot. It's got a lot of personality to it. Quite a lot of shortcuts as well. It's one added in Nitro-Fueled, which I think is quite a cool one. I really like these shortcuts because you can actually dodge items. There's enough room on these shortcuts to like, so you can't get bombarded. Yes, it's hard to dodge them, but it is possible. It doesn't feel bullshit to dodge. Yeah, this track displays really well. Really good track. Now maybe my only small criticism, because there's only one set of boost pads. If you get hit like around here, then you have to go almost around the whole track, a bit slower than the first place, resulting in this track actually being quite hard to catch up on. But other than that, this is quite a fun track. Anyway, on to the next one. And here we have Android Alley. Now, I love the first half of this track. I think it's really cool, the train coming down. It's one of the most unique obstacles. It's I think the only obstacle where a mask actually gets defeated by it, so you can't, but a bubble doesn't. So if you have a bubble, you can go through the train, which is pretty cool. Yeah, as I said, the first part of this track's really cool, but then the second half I find pretty dull, and I don't know, because there's only that was the last set of boost pads for there. If you get hit around here, then good luck catching up with first place. It's still a really fun track, but yeah, I don't see how. I don't think this can quite make my top 20. Anyway, on to the next track. A track that for me gets far too much criticism is Dingo Canyon. I really like this track. I think this track gets far too much stick. I think it's one of the better simple tracks because this straight bit down here is chaos in online ways. It's really fun though. Yeah, it can be a bit frustrating at times if you get the bad end of the stick, but I don't know. I kind of like this track, and to be honest, this is one of the few tracks. I don't know, when you're first, it's not really a guarantee because it's so easy for there to be a stray item like in that tunnel to hit you, or you know, there's armadillos just there just hitting you, slowing you down so other people can catch up. I don't know, this is just a really fun track to me, and it's always chaotic racing. That's why it's this high up on the list. Anyway, the next track. Ah, here we have Tiger Temple. Now it's a very interesting track. It's the only shortcut in the game where you have to use a weapon to unlock it, which I think is quite cool. Gives this track a little bit of uniqueness. I also do love the fact that you the two parts of roads you can drive by, and you can see other drivers on the other side. I think that's pretty cool as well. This is a very hard track to master actually. I'm honestly, this is probably one of my weaker tracks in the game. I'm not very good at the ultra shortcut coming up. I'll attempt it now, but it's very difficult. Yeah, I didn't get that right at all. But you can go across here really fast if you get it right there. I do like these fire turrets. So they're played really interesting. It takes a while to master those straight tunnels, but once you do, it feels really satisfying. This is a great level. Anyway, on to the next level. Barren Ruins. I really enjoyed this track. I think again for me, this is a track that I always see get the tag of this is boring, like ugly, boring, like one of the worst tracks. I think it's really harsh. I think this track is really fast paced and chaotic, but in like the right way. Like this is a track where if I'm in first place, I don't ever feel secure. I always feel like I can easily get overtaken. There's always an item, or like sometimes like you can get hit by a weird obstacle, like if one of these walls like that's just out slightly can hit you. These robots can be a pain to dodge as well. Yeah, I just think this track's really cool, and I really like the boulder obstacle. Yeah, it usually doesn't hit you, but I find it quite satisfying pressing the button and just hoping for the best. Anyway, onto the next track.